What the hell is Sauce Sports or whatever that last call was talking about? What the hell is that?
Guys are from Free Love, man.
North side, south side, east side, west side. Perfect. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an invitation. Shout out Wise, shout out Wink. What up, Jenny? What up, Riri? What up, Stitch? 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies to Stroud, Texans to Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an invitation. Shout out Wise, shout out Wink. What up, Jenny? What up, Riri? What up, Spitz? 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies to Stroud, Texans to Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. North side, south side, east side, west side. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an invitation. Shout out Wise, shout out Wink. What up, Jenny? What up, Riri? What up, Stitch? 10 toes down since the beginning. If I miss you, I ain't dish you. Call the sauce line if you got an issue. From the Rockies to Stroud, Texans to Dynamo, Houston's #1 sports show, brought to you by Honcho. Perfect. 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 North side, south side, east side, west side. Perfect. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck.
What's the motherfucking deal? Like, we 34 deep. We got 12 likes. When we get to half the likes, we're gonna start turning it. Can we get that? Can we get half? Is it more haters in here than fresh ingredients? I'm just trying to find out. Y'all let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me know. For the members, the hashtag WTMFD, it might not be working right because I'm switching some stuff around, so it might not be working right. You know, the welcome. Let me test it real quick. It might not be though. But, you know, I'm just, you know, I know motherfuckers, I always be talking about the haters be watching. You know, it's funny because every time when I do be talking about haters be watching the sauce, like the numbers start dropping, they start feeling that shit and they suck. Oh, he's talking about me. Let me get out of here. And he sees me. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Welcome to Soise Sports. If you're not familiar with Soise Sports at Houston, Texas, Homer Network, man, we talking all sports, but only Houston. We talk mainly Texas, right? Because that's what y'all be wanting to talk about. We started talking about the Rockets, y'all. I don't want to talk about LP. I'm a Lakers fan. Y'all be weird. Y'all be weird when it comes to the basketball. Like on the football topic, we 100, right? But when it comes to we start talking Houston basketball, start talking about the Astros, I think we relatively united for the most part. But we start talking about the Rockets, that's when shit get real sketchy around here. Y'all start jumping shit and shit. I don't know about y'all, man. I fuck with y'all. I fuck with y'all. But y'all gotta show the Rockets more love, babe. Shit. I gotta show the Rockets more love. I gotta get to a Rockets game before the season's over. But anyway, let's see, we got joining us in the conversation. Hey, Sauce Nation roll call, man. Shout out your side with proud. If you are from that north side, that niggity, drop it in the chat. If you're from the south side, they say where the players reside, drop that in the chat. You from the west, the wild, wild west, shit. They say the best rest in the west. If you one of them beasts out the east, you from that east side. Shout out to everybody in the city, man. Wherever you from, your hood set, your block, avenue, street, boulevard, cul-de-sac. If you're in a cul-de-sac, you know what? I think I'm gonna start discounting cul-de-sac. If you live in a cul-de-sac, we gotta do an interview before I can give you a what's the motherfucking deal, where you get to shout out your side with pride. Because you in the cul-de-sac, you hiding from everybody and shit being weird. You just turning around. People just go on the wrong street, turning around. Oh, my bad, it's the wrong street. Motherfucker be delivering food to the wrong shit on the cul-de-sac, be fucking up, can't turn. You gotta go all the way back around. Cul-de-sac be fucking the game. Cul-de-sac like traffic circles. Fucking up the game. 51D, 26 likes. We still halfway full of haters. It's all good, man. I still love y'all. Let's see what we got in the mix, man. Let's talk about it. We got a lot to talk about. Texans gonna be taking on the Jets this weekend. I know I'm still loving that picture. I need to be holding your nuts like Stingley in the picture. We moving on, right? We moving on. Ain't no more Louis Vuitton. So let's talk about it, right? We're taking on the Jets this week. And I think for many of us as fans, we're like, oh, the Jets can be a trap game. The Jets can be a trap game. You better be careful. The Texans are not taking shit lightly. Like, I think the Texans know the stock or the value of the games they're playing this point out. They're not sleeping on anybody lightly. GJ, my bad. GJ78, what's the motherfucking deal? Let me see. Nails, what's the motherfucking deal? Ian Perez, what's the motherfucking deal? J Mel, D'Angelo, Cornmeal, the Roughnecks. We're gonna talk about the Roughnecks. All Illusion, man. Wow, what's the motherfucking deal? J Boogie, Trinity Gardens in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Southside in the building. I see y'all. Watch the film. I see you. Herb got it off in the building already. Northside Lakewood in the building. I see you. Southwest Houston, Texas in the building. Corpus Christi in the building. Broderick. Shaolin. I've been looking for you. Hey, Shaolin, you gotta holler at your boy, man. We was talking about you the other day, Shaolin. You know I rock with Shaolin. That's my dog. You might be a Tice, man. We can't all be perfect, but Shaolin, you gotta fuck with me, man. Holler at your boy. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. But let's talk about it, man. Let's talk about it. So we got the Jets coming up, and I think we're having a conversation. We're having a conversation at this point. I think most of us as Texans fans, we counting this as a win. This should be a dub. Like, it should not be an issue, but stranger things have happened. The Jets don't even really know who their fucking quarterback is, right? Like, how you trying to get your quarterback? Are you begging your quarterback to play? My shit froze up. I think that shit froze up on this side. Okay, there we go. Fofo Big Teddy in the building. Salute to Big Teddy. What's the motherfucking deal? Good to see you, Fofo in the building. Bro. Slum. I already Slum in the building. Shout out to the road too. Cairo, Death Row in the building. It's always good to see, man, wherever you from in the city, man. Y'all already know what it is. But talking about it, though, being real about it. Like, we looking at the Jets, and what is the Jets? What are the Jets? We gonna jack the Jets. This finna be what was that shit with West Passenger 57? We finna jack the motherfucking Jets, right? Like, we finna hijack these motherfuckers. This is not. Again, they all grown men. They all out to play. Stranger things have happened. Right? SWAT in the building. What's the motherfucking deal? Juice WRLD in the building. Oh, appreciate the love. Super sauce and super chat love. Shout out to Fofo Big Teddy. But what we talking about, man, is a situation at this point where the Texans control their own destiny. Like, we've been saying that really before the Jags game. But things are starting to become more and more favorable. Now, I have not taking the time today to participate in my usual troll activities and poke fun at the Jags fans. I told y'all the same ones from a couple of weeks ago who was Trevor Lawrence, he's not in the MVP conversation. Why are they not talking about he has a playoff win. CJ Stroud doesn't have that. Okay. All right. Cool. Whatever. Now they're like, I'm just really hopeful that in the future that if he does get to come back and play, then he could really be a contributing factor for like the whole time I was talking. Look, hey, what happened? What happened after we lost? Remember I was talking big shit for the Jags? I was talking big shit for the Jags game. After that Jags game, did I shut up or was I still talking big shit? So y'all gotta understand, we're gonna do it a little different on this side. The Sauce gonna do shit a little differently on this side, right? And that's how we rocking. So we're gonna stand, like I told y'all, 10 toes Texans, right? Hashtag 10 toes Texans. If you've been a Texan since day one, give me the hashtag 10 toes Texans. But we're looking at the Jets, and I know I had to take a shot at the Jags. I just can't leave it. It's a divisional thing. Like it's a thing. We'll discuss that later. But looking at the Jets, there's nothing about the Jets that you're super concerned about, right? You just wanting the Texans to get through this healthy. But if we're going to have a storyline, if we're going to have a conversation about it, we're going to talk Sting versus Sauce, right? And y'all know my thoughts, y'all know my feelings, y'all know, when it came down to the draft, we took Sting. Cool, whatever. It's not like it. It was 1A and 1B to me, but to me, Sauce was 1A, Sting was 1B. Now, we can talk about schemes, we can talk about contesting, we can talk about a lot of stuff, right? But when it comes down to it, you're talking about two very solid DBs, right? You're talking about two very good young players. But it has seemed like as of now, with all the injuries, with all the negativity that I could have talked about light-skinned Derek Witt, that he is emerging to be the front runner many people expected him to be, right? Spitz, what's the motherfucking deal? I believe Spitz going to be going live tonight, if I'm not mistaken, after this, so y'all make sure y'all tune in. Shout out to Ricky D, man. Shout out to Ricky D. Shout out to fucking Ricky D. Hell of a fucking call yesterday, man. I had people hit me about Ricky D. Look, Ricky D, shout out to Ricky D is a motherfucking fresh ingredient. If there is a fresh ingredient, and I'm not knocking nobody, right? I'm not hating. This is not an elevation of it. Ricky D is a fucking fresh ingredient. Like when we talking something like this is what it's about. And I'm open up the line today. I'm not gonna talk too much. That's part of my thing. We talk slightly. I've been saying I'm gonna give y'all the line. I'm gonna give y'all the line today. We're gonna rock for a little while. But Ricky D is what we talking about. The sauce is yours. Like, we about to go Vladimir Makarov on the hey. I'm just saying, big dog. Shout out to Earl got it done. I appreciate the super sauce and super chat love. I'm just saying, big dog. We finna jack the Jets. It's gonna be high flying mayhem, right? We putting numbers up, right? Yeah, we 67 deep, only 36. Like I told y'all, it's mostly haters in the sauce. They looking for some ingredient. They really come in here looking to try to see, what can we say? How can we hate on him? How can we find him in his fraudulence? But the thing about it is, hey, it is what it is. If the haters in here, hit the dislike button. We with that shit too. But shout out to Ricky D, man, because like that call is the sauce. And we that's what the sauce is about. Y'all being y'all. We're fans being fans. Ain't nobody ever trying to be no fucking weird ass what's that shit, radio announcer or commentator necessarily or an analyst. We're fans of the Texans, bro. We like talking about our fucking team. That's what it's always been. And I was thinking about something. So the only people that can hate on the sauce are people who came after the sauce. That's weird shit. Anyway, so looking at this game, I'm not dismissing it, right? There's facts we have to look at. Sauce versus the Sting. You got the Sting who has become, in the last couple of weeks, putting together a string of, you hear about touchdown streaks, you hear about 100-yard game streaks, you hear about things like this quite often. But a guy, just collectively putting together several weeks of interceptions. Usually, you know, when a guy gets hot, they try not to test him too much. Or it's a guy that, you know, might stumble into a couple of picks because he may be considered on the list. He might be considered a cheap T-shirt, right? Cheap T-shirt get tested, you know. Hey, motherfucker may be a little bit better quality than I thought. If you know what a cheap T-shirt is, go ahead and drop that in the chat. If you don't know what a cheap T-shirt is, welcome to Sauce Sports because you must be new around here. So the thing about that is what Stingley is doing, because he is respected, you have to respect him. Like, you know what he's capable of, right? What Stingley is doing is great. Now that he's healthy, lovely. Jimmy Ward. Pitre gonna hit his stride. This is a game, Pitre. This is a game, my boy Pitre. He gonna hit his stride. You know, Zach come out there. Who they not Boykin? Who they pick up? They picked up somebody else. You know, this might be a game for him to hit his stride, right? Maybe for him to find himself. But when it really comes down to it, it's Sauce versus Sting, right? And I had to eat my crow. I had to swallow my pride. I had to give light-skinned Derek his dues. Because what he's doing is phenomenal, right? That's what you draft a guy that high for. That's what you draft a guy in that position for, right? That's what you take the risk on an injured guy in the draft, right? That's what you do it for. So I eat all the crow. I ain't got the crow up. I don't know where he at. He crow celebrating Kwanzaa. So he probably out doing something. I'm gonna find him in a minute. But so I have to officially eat the crow on light skinned Derek, right? I ain't getting in the crow's nest right now. I don't think it's that bad, but right now I gotta do that. But again, I think this is another game where the Texans kind of get a chance to tighten up to build that consistency because the Jets are nobody's worst nightmare, right? Nobody's afraid of the New York Jets except for I don't know who, right? It don't even matter, right? They say shout out you too. Man, look, here's my deal. Like I said, I told you I was Sauce for 3 reasons, right? Sauce Gardner for 3 reasons. 1, Sauce Gardner is niggerish, right? You got to have a little bit on that tape. Like, he talk a lot of shit. I like that shit. You can back it up. You can talk shit. You can back it up. I'm with that shit. 2, team dark skin, right? Because right now it's just a light skin. There's too many light skinned niggas on this team having success, and I'm not feeling comfortable about it right now, right? 1 or 2 is one thing, and that is just too much, right? It's just too much. We over the threshold. All the light skinned niggas having success is bothering. But 3, Sauce. Sauce Sports, Sauce Gardner, Sauce. Come on. It would be greatness, right? So we got to be honest about that. But this is not a game I'm really super concerned about, and not necessarily going to dive too deep into it. Like I said, I am going to open up the line a little earlier today because I have been running my mouth too much the last few days, and I want to give y'all a chance to call in. No more people do want to call in and spill their sauce. So what my goofy asses do is go get my headset real quick. Give me like 20 seconds and put the song on. Y'all listen to the song while I get the headset. And then we'll open up the line, man. We're going to open up the line. We're going to talk. We're going to chop it up. I want to know how y'all feeling, man. I want to know how y'all feeling. I want to know what y'all thinking. A lot of y'all hadn't had a chance to spill your sauce on the last game. You got thoughts on the last game? Yeah. Sauce Fraudners. Ahmad Fraudners. Yeah, I told you. I had to stop fucking with him, bro. Like, come on. Like, it's I would like to say I'm a man of character above everyone, but I'm not, because I be doing some off the wall shit, right? It's not, I don't always do the most high character behaviors for the most part. But there's just a certain way you gotta fucking carry it. And when that nigga went out and tricked the chain off on Sexy Red, dog, like, come on, bro. You are a simp. You are the weakest. Like, do you understand how one, I don't know though. I would say it wouldn't happen, but then we saw Hannah and Cal talking about some ski on the radio today, so they might have let Sexy Red come up in the damn thing and then fuck the whole organization. Like, see, that's why they ain't winning shit. Because Sexy Red went there and probably infected everybody. You know what I'm saying? Probably got everybody, Everybody probably got the gangster or whatever. She was talking about she was passing that shit around. She had that shit. So shit. Sexy Red probably, that's probably why the Jets, they get the itching and burning and discharging and shit. Let me just a minute, man. Let me get this fucking headset so we can chop it up. Right, we got shit to talk about. Hold up.
North side, south side, east side, west side. Perfect. It's the sauce, ho. You know what the fuck it is. From the east to the west, gotta represent. From the north to the south, gotta represent. They try to steal the sauce, but they ain't got the fresh ingredients. I know the round table, the real round table. Anything else, bitch, that's just an invitation. Shout out Wise, shout out Wink. What up, Jenny? What up, Riri? What up, Stitch? 10 toes down since the beginning.
Alright. We back. All that good stuff. So first and foremost, what's the motherfucking deal? We back, right? Second, on the line, we're gonna have the 5-minute-ish rule because sometimes a little number be off when I see it when they come in. I'm gonna drop the number on here so y'all know what's what. Actually, do I have it on this shit? Let me do it like this. Like I said, I'm moving shit around because I'm trying to figure out why like certain scenes would get real laggy for whatever reason. So I was trying to clean that up, and I kind of resolved it. But then something happened, right? Something happened. I don't know what that was. All right, cool. Drop the number right here. Blickety, blah. Let me make sure the fucking number is working. I should have did that before I did any of the rest of this shit. Number good. Let me make sure I got the right set. Bam, blah. Looks good to me. Yeah, we'll do that. So again, you want to call us for your thoughts. You want to talk about the Broncos game. You can talk about the Broncos game. You want to talk about your thoughts coming up on the upcoming. See, I already forgot who playing already. The Jets game. You want to talk about the Jets game? You talk about the Jets game. All right. Let's see. All right, Bob, we're gonna put that in the corner. What for Sexy Red? You gonna take the stop, bro. Stop the nonsense. Stop. I don't even want to read what I just read. It sounds like sins. What's the motherfucking deal, man? Who do we have calling into the sauce line? Today.
It's Soise, man.
Soise. How you feeling, Mr. Soise? What's the motherfucking deal? How you feeling about the Texans right now?
I feel great about them, man. I mean, I feel like we could beat anybody if we play the right type of football. We set the tone. I feel like we could beat anybody with CJ. And that's just even without the Tank Dale injury. I just feel like this guy could elevate receivers. Like, we saw Noah Brown get back-to-back 200 games. Like, no one was talking about Noah Brown before this. And I think he was able to put them in position or make receivers have a drive to actually want to play.
So you feel like he motivated, like he's a what's the phrase they love to use? A leader of men. Do you think that he's a guy that just is it his style of play or is it his leadership? What do you think is the bigger impact? What is it that's really motivating?
I think it's his leadership, right? Mm-hmm. So let's take a comparison of what Tom Brady did with his receivers, right? Yeah. He would elevate the level of play, right? So when they went anywhere else, they weren't really as productive as they were with Tom Brady. Yeah. They would have no names that would be balling out. I think like besides his like Randy Moss season he had where they went 15-1, he didn't really go. And Wes Welker, but was Wes Welker really a top receiver, or did Brady put him in positions to be great? So, you have players like that where they could just come in the system and fit right in. I think CJ could do that. We saw the Mechie pass. I think they just need a little more time to develop and have a connection to where, hey, they could be a threat too. All right, or he could be a solid option for CJ.
Do you think that's been a big question, right? And a lot of people, I think we have people on both sides of the Mechie argument, right? I'm kind of the situation you gotta show me. And I don't know if 1 week is enough time for him to get those reps, right? Because in the game last week, to me, they didn't look like how we talk about CJ being able to elevate these guys. It just looks like there's a disconnect between CJ and Mitch. It could have just been that series of plays. It just could have been that game. But for some reason, that stood out to me, right? And I don't know who you put that more so on. But again, with more reps, you hope that does come. But do you think that Mechie's a legitimate fill-in for Tank?
No, I honestly think that Dalton Schultz will be the fill-in. I think he's been reliable. He's been making the catches in the big games. You know, I mean, CJ's put him in great positions to make catches. So I feel like Dalton Schultz will be the number 2 style guy coming in. I think they'll go with more of a. I think he'll depend more on his tight ends, to be honest. As more safety downs, I think Robert Woods will probably be in the mix a little bit. But I think they'll give the younger guys a chance to play.
So, with this being a game that maybe you're not, I won't say you're not as concerned to get about, because any given Sunday, anything can fucking happen. But being a game that maybe you're, as fans are marking as a win, again, these guys are going to prepare, maybe against a lesser talented team or a team that maybe is not as much of a threat. Do you think this is a good game to give those guys those opportunities, or is it a risk to put those guys in and possibly, you know, take the risk of the turnovers or the inconsistency and give them a chance that shouldn't be a team that shouldn't be in the game? You're actually giving them a chance to, you know, compete. Like, well, how would you feel? Would you rather see those young guys get more reps, more targets, or do you feel like that could be a dangerous situation?
I guess this defense, I think it would be a good challenge for the young guys to get reps. I mean, for this defense to be as good as it is, quote unquote, even with the record. I mean, I think it's a good challenge. I mean, this defense isn't going to be like no slouch, right? Like this game, if you look at the Jets games, the defense is held at least into the first half of the game, and then you know if they get tired, you start busting them up. But this defense is, you know, a solid defense, despite what the record says.
Yeah. But
so I think this would be a challenge.
Top tier defenses as well, though.
Yeah. But now we don't have a top guy with that, though, right? It's in Tank Dell. So if you're asking to see like a Mechie or a Hutchins to get in to see what he has, I think this is a good game for the way they can prove themselves and get confidence in. So let's say they do get a connection, right, for let's 40-plus yards, 30-plus yards to the Mechie, or him and Hutchins get a connection to where they can develop confidence within a game. I think it builds from there.
So do you feel like Nico is going to be, you know, that considered that big of a threat that he's going to command the respect of a Ahmad Fraudner?
It depends, right? So let's see if where Sauce Gardner lines up at. If he lines up over Nico, if he goes on the number 2 receiver, and we'll see what happens. I think that's a good challenge for Nico to try to prove himself that he is a number 1 guy. I mean, you're 6'3", you're a solid dude, right? You should be able to prove yourself against this quote-unquote freak of nature cornerback. I mean, I think defensively, we'll actually score a defensive touchdown this game.
Yeah, this would be the game. If you know, maybe if it doesn't get called back, if it isn't a phantom whistle, you know, some invisible out of bounds, like they're going to move the fucking out of bounds line in half a yard somehow. Just, you know, fucking, they're gonna do a Photoshop in the booth real quick before they show everybody on TV when the refs are fucked up again. But yeah, we should get us a fucking defensive touchdown this week. But here's the deal, Mr. Solis. We went over a little over 5. Got a couple of the calls coming in, but I do appreciate you coming in and spilling your sauce.
Oh, no problem, man. Shout out to the sauce.
Already. Shout out to Mr. Solis. Get the party started this evening. So I gotta set the queue up on this. I know y'all, my bad, because I know that we've had a few folks call in, and I should just have a thing where you just in order, right? I should just do that, but I haven't set it up because players fuck up. I'll get off here and then I'll be going on the thing, and so I'm gonna try to work on it. I know y'all be wanting to get your opportunities. I'm gonna be more consistent, maybe, but let's see, look good. All right. What's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling in to the sauce line this evening?
Sauce? You mean Ahmad?
Ahmad Fraudner. Yeah, yeah.
What's be the honcho?
What's the motherfucking deal, J man? What's going down? How you feeling about this Jets game coming up?
I mean, it should be an easy dub as long as we go in there and take care of business. I don't think they're overlooking them. I think that we're gonna have some opportunities to see what we really got in Mechie and Hutchinson, which is something we've been asking for. You know, we've been talking about this in the Discord since week 1. So, and I think that after last week's miscue between him and Mechie, that they probably getting in that work this week, and I think we're gonna be good, man. I think we're gonna see what we need to see and be more comfortable heading into the rest of the season and playoffs, hopefully.
So it's a thing that I don't think a lot of people talk about it. I want to know your thoughts. So I rewatched the game today, to actually watch it. And I don't think a lot of people talked about how well the defense played in the first half of that game. Second half, I feel like there's a little push off on Pitre, even though he wasn't playing well. There's some other things we can look at. We ain't going to get on all that. And that's against a team who I wouldn't say is an offensive firepower, but they have some weapons, right? Russell Westbrook is respectable. He's rusty, but respectable. But I don't even know. Is Zach even the quarterback this weekend? I don't even know who their quarterback is. They talking about they was asking him to play. And he's talking about now you don't want to risk further injury. But depending on whoever they put out there, and if they feel like Zach's their best option, then we love that, right? But do you feel like this is an opportunity for the defense to kind of thrive, to show that they're real, or do you feel like maybe just last week was just a favorable outcome?
I think they've already proved that they're real. It's just proving consistency at this point. So I think it's just an opportunity for us to finally show dominance on a team. And know what that feels like. Yeah, we've had some dominant wins early in the season when we beat the brakes off the Steelers and that first Jaguars game. But to actually feel it, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't had a game where we really felt like we put our foot on their neck. And I think this will be that game. And I think they need to feel that so that they can keep doing that going forward. Because let's keep it real. We got a few games, these 2 Titans games and this Browns game. We should dominate those games as well. And I think this is going to be a good tune-up game, if you will, so that we can accomplish that.
And I agree with you, front runner. I know that there's supposed to be games that we were supposed to consider an easy dub, but again, I think that there were storylines in that Panthers game that impacted that Panthers game, right?
Yeah, I think they just tried a little too. I feel like they just tried a little too hard in that Panthers game.
Yeah.
And like I've been saying since that Panthers game, that was a loss we needed. We learned a lot from that game and made a lot of corrections. And like CJ calling out Bobby for his play calling after that game. We ain't seen no bullshit like that again after that game. So, it was needed. You can't learn a lesson without taking a couple of L's.
Yeah. And I can agree with you, GJ. There's some. I don't know, like, because you saw Singletary thrive, for a couple of weeks, but you saw a whole lot of Pierce this last week, So it's kind of the situation is I'm not sure who they are trusting more. If you got, what they say, if you got too many, you really ain't got none. I think that is a concern because I would like to see a little bit more consistency in the run game. I would like to see us be more dominant.
Well, as far as Pierce and Singletary go, I think the reason they're trying to work Pierce back into the offense as much as they are is because he is the younger back and has more upside. So I think it would be more, in their minds, it would be more beneficial for him to figure out the scheme going forward, because like last year, we thought he was going to be the guy, for the foreseeable future. And I think they're hoping that that's still the case, so they want to try to get him to that point. But at this point, I think it's kind of clear he doesn't get the scheme. He doesn't see the blocks on time, and he wants, for whatever reason, he seeks contact.
Yeah.
So
he is a contact
I think if you're gonna keep him in, then the plays that he's in, you need to run some power scheme, some trap, some some wham block type shit.
But does that tell your hand too much? A situation like that? If that's all you
does
can.
It do what?
I say, does that tell your hand too much? What the fuck? Hold on.
Not necessarily, because he's that type of back, so it's really on you to stop him, But I think you can still mix in that stretch scheme, that stretch concept here and there, but don't make it your full focus when he's in the game, because that's not his strong suit at this point. So just kind of work him into it instead of like let him see some yards, kind of like in basketball, seeing one go through, and just get him comfortable within the game.
I can respect that. All right. There's a deal with him at a little over 5 alive. Plus, I got to go run and grab a little something off my porch real quick. But I appreciate you calling in, Mr. J Bell, and spilling some sauce with me this evening.
You already know, bro.
All right, shout out to J Bell. Let me catch you in the den. We have a good conversation in the den tonight. So, shout out to Mr. J Bell. All right. All right, I got to pause y'all real quick. I got to do like a thing. Right, what's the motherfucking deal? We got called in to the sauce line.
Hey, honcho, it's former El Lobo.
Well, what? Man, hey, what's the motherfucking deal, Lobo? Man, how are you doing this evening, sir?
Pretty good, man. Just finishing up these last few days in school right now before it's time to go back home to Brazoria County, man. How's it going with you?
Okay, man. Things are good, sir. Very good. Thank you for asking. So,
yeah, man.
What do you got on your mind, man? It's been a long time since we have had a chance to chop it up. You want to spill your sauce? Spill the sauce for me.
Yeah, man. It's been a few years. Yeah, long story. Everything's good though. Anyways, I'm pretty sure CJ. I'm pretty sure he's locked for rookie of the year. Even if that wasn't even an overall record or an overall award, but. No disrespect to Jalen, but is this last few games proving that Will Anderson is not maybe a lock, but proving his point for defensive rookie of the year?
I think if you get one or two more of these out of Will, and that's the thing that definitely mentioned, like, because I think once you get a taste for that, especially a guy like Will, it's going to start coming in bunches. People were kind of where's Will going to show up? He's going to have that breakout game. I think you're going to start seeing a lot more of that in these next few weeks, especially with the teams that we're playing. So I think he's going to make a very good legitimate case for himself.
Yep, and Miko's defense is a lot different. Than that whole Bulls parade. Defense that we had under Wade, but it's starting to come into its own, but I do worry, about the offense. While I believe CJ has that gene, if you will, that Roger Staubach, Mahomes, Brady type gene, if you will, to lead men into battle, I do worry that the offensive weapons, because like when you see Nico get the ball, and you can see he's a big man, and he is plodding down the field, but he constantly gets caught.
Yeah.
And it's like, I do worry that the offense, all of a sudden in a lot of these games, it just seems to stagnate. And I'm just like, and I think CJ, I can kind of see the frustration in his eyes a little bit too. And I'm like wondering, is this a weapons thing? Is this a Slowick thing? Because you can see CJ. We haven't seen a quarterback like this. He's literally directing traffic in the games. Like and if you go back to his Ohio State film, he would do that all the time. You can see him pointing with his finger, talking, moving, and it's like he's literally directing the chessboard as he sees it. But I do worry that the offense seems to stagnate at those games. And I'm not really worried about the Jets game. I'm not saying that they got it in the bag, but I do agree with what you said that unless they completely stink up the joint, I don't really see how they lose. But I do worry going into the Titans game, the Browns game, and affecting the playoff spots, when they start going against, these other teams, about the offense stagnating.
So what worries you about the Browns? What concerns you about the Browns?
Well, not their offense whatsoever, but the Browns defense does seem to have some legit weapons on there, and I'm not talking about just Garrett, but they've been holding people to a certain amount of points. However, I haven't kept up on them. I'm just going by what I've been told by a friend of mine who's a Cleveland fan. But now I wasn't really even that scared of their offense, even when they had the other guy on there. Yes, and and I don't know if you saw other what's his name, Landry, but he was. Now they've got a new nickname now they're calling him Jack Off Easter Bunny. Yeah. And it's but hey man, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I just wanted to call in real quick, let you know I was watching, but. The only thing that really worries me right now is just the offense seeming to stagnate, and now that we don't have Tank, and and I do wonder, out of all these guys, because we got a few guys on 1-year deals, who's going to stay?
But with an environment, with a culture like this, and with the potential that this team has going into the future, do you think guys are willing to take deals to stay in Houston? Some of these 1-year guys?
I believe so, but I believe we're going to only be able to keep a few of them. And after I say my piece, I'm going to go ahead and hang up and make some time for other people, Honcho. But I was going to tell you, I believe Schultz is one, of course. Schultz is number one. I would say if I had to name just three, I would say Schultz, Noah Brown, and possibly maybe even Singletary. Everybody else, I think, would still be, it's kind of, a little up in the air at this point. You know what I mean? But, hey, Honcho, thank you for letting me call in, and I appreciate your time, man, and I will miss you another time, okay?
All right.
Have a good night, man.
Good to hear from you, sir. Good night. Thanks for calling in. Shout out to El Lobo, man. Y'all don't understand. It's like Thanksgiving for me, man. I'm seeing all my people I ain't seen in a while. I fuck with y'all, Sauce Nation. It's always good. Like I said, it's somebody I'm looking for. I seen Big Al was in the comments. Y'all remember Big Al? Shout out to Big Al, man. That made, y'all don't be understanding. Y'all be, just on there talking. I fuck with y'all. When I say I fuck with who fuck with me, right? Period. That's just how I operate. I fuck with y'all, right? And so if we've ever interacted in some way, form, or fashion, bro, I'm trying to tell you, man, I wonder what happened to so what happened? Remember something? Remember that weird? Yeah. So it was somebody who used to call in, and this is somebody I think about often, and forgive me because the name, it's two people actually that slipped my mind. Mike from Virginia, right? Because he used to always call to talk about soccer, and Trill would always be hating because Trill is a hater, right? Because that's what he does. Trill is a known hater, right? Hateration and the holleration. It's in his blood because he's from Port Neches. It was him, and then there was a gentleman he used to always call in and talk about the fishing spots, right? Those are two people I haven't heard from in a long time. Of course, Sauce been here and there, right? And there's shit a lot of people don't even really like. We've been rocking for a little bit now, right? Some people just not seeing it. They been around, so it's always good to see folks. Tip, I definitely agree that with that was the thing. Like CJ was in position. I think for him to get that, to even get considered in that MVP, he would have to at least win. Like the Jags would have to fall off, which is going to happen. But he told you I was going to happen. Like the Jags are going to jag. Like, come on. But I think you have to win the division, at least. You know what I mean? And I still think even then it's going to be hard to say. But it's a legitimate conversation to have, right? It's a legitimate conversation to have because, like, the better he does, the worse off it is for these people who create these stupid fucking tests. Like, when has any of these tests have ever proved that there was a correlation between success on any of these like little goofy ass tests? They'd be told, we're going to take this test. Like, when has there ever been a correlation in success from the test to the field? Because it's never, right? It's never ever been, not now, not if there's never been one. You might have like one quarterback who did well and it had some moderate success. Well, and you had like 20 who did decent, or it's just a stupid fucking test that everybody does bad on, because the outcome in the NFL is the likelihood that you're not going to have success as an NFL quarterback, right? Of the dozens that may come in each year. Like, you set them and forget them. Like, you don't know who they are. I just realized Davis Webb was a fucking coach with the Broncos. Motherfucker's 28. Like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So you can make these tests and say, see, and you just need one to be decent, right? See, he had a high score and he did well. It's because, everyone else, they just were unprecedented. No, it's that this shit is stupid. And the thing is, we as human beings, we overcomplicate shit. The only thing you need to know is this motherfucker better than this motherfucker? And obviously they are, right? When you start getting all weird and getting into the technicals, that's when you start, just creating narratives that really don't exist, right? What else do you need to determine? You should be able to go in there with your gut instinct as a coach, as a GM, as a whoever, your gut instinct and your observations, right? This is what we need. This guy can do that. This is what we're seeking. This guy can do that, right? If you're a coach that's worth your salt, then you should be able to coach him up where his deficiencies lie, right? Otherwise, maybe you're just not the coach you think you are. A lot of guys get credit for being coaches that's just in the building, right? And so I don't think people be realizing that. That's what I'm saying, right? But again, that's what happens when people commercialize the conversation. People try to make it into something it's not. People try to get analysts try to get analytical when it's not an analytical thing. Like, this is supposed to be the gladiator sport, right? Especially football. I know I go on my tangents. I'm thinking like in the Roman Colosseums, they were just, do you see the trajectory at which Maximus swings his axe? See, that is why he's able to slice the tiger's head successfully without getting clawed. This is why he's won 6 arenas in a row. He's a champion. No. They just went in that motherfucker and they just watched motherfuckers go to war and they enjoyed the shit. They went nuts. They let all their fucking frustrations out. The stress of living. They had stress back then. We got stress now. We're supposed to be able to do, people start want to try to make everything too tough. And I get it. There's a place for analytics, but analytics just tell you what you already know. This person's better than this person. The analytics don't change anything. They just tell you mathematically the shit you already fucking know. So that's why I get kicked out of the Jags. Yeah, fuck the Jags. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing, right? You know what your eyes say, but these people, we need all this other weird shit. Again, if y'all into it, y'all like it. I don't like it. That's not my thing. That's why I just get in here. We talk shit. We're Texans fans. We don't need to be technical. We're technical Texans. We 10 toes Texans. We out of line. If you in the sauce, you out of line. You out of line for listening to the sauce, right? You out of line for associating with the sauce. Hit that like button. But when it comes to this Jet game, you have to respect, and I'm being slightly dismissive. You have to respect the Jets defense, right? But you have to respect the Texans offense. With or without Tank Dell, you still got motherfuckers putting up numbers. I think Noah Brown, I have not checked the injury report, so if I'm saying something wrong, y'all already know. He's not playing. Whatever, right? But Noah Brown looked a little shaky last game. With him having... what's the motherfucking deal? Who we got calling into the sauce line?
Fuck your intro, nigga. Don't you ever call us to get on this motherfucking disrespect Port Arthur, nigga. Tired of this Port Nature shit. And second of all, fuck Mike from Virginia. Do something about it, nigga. If I see you, I'll slap the shit out you.
Why did Mike from Virginia have to catch a stray? I'm just shouting out my boy who used to support the Sauce.
Nah, you should have brought that nigga up. I don't fuck with that nigga, and fuck soccer, except for the Houston team. I rock with them. Everybody else, fuck.
See, Mike is somewhere in Virginia right now, minding his own motherfucking business. Ears just start
burning. Tell the punk ass to call in then.
Ears just start burning up for no reason because Trill just started.
Hey, yeah, tell that punk ass nigga to call in then. Yeah, nigga, I'm still here. Still here, nigga.
That's funny as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But, all right, Trillard. You know, shout out to Trill. I gotta give Trill his credit. I gotta give Trill his credit because I called Trill out because he called, or he sent a super chat last week talking about the Broncos. He owned up to it, so I ain't gonna give him no flack on that. But are you?
Yeah, I ate my crow.
Are you willing to make a statement on the game this week?
We should beat the shit out of the shit, bro. Come on, this shouldn't be no goddamn game. But I'm scared it is. I'm scared it's gonna be close again. I don't want to see that shit. You should blow these niggas out. Like, goddamn, give us another good blowout. Make it easy. CJ should be riding the pine at halftime, goddamn.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. I need to see that.
Pierce should finish the game. Pierce should have 150 in the second half. Game should be over.
Yeah. And that's why the defense don't scare me. Like, yeah, they have the capability of causing turnovers. There's the potential of that. But they have to give the ball back to their offense. Right? So we got a pretty solid defense ourselves, so I ain't really tripping. I think that we have a overwhelming better defense than their offense. So I'm not necessarily worried about it. I think that in the majority of the phases of the game we got it, but you know, there's ways the ball can bounce that can be unfortunate, right? If things aren't going your way, if they're not finding that. But I asked, I believe it was J-Mill, it might have been Soise asked the question. A lot of young guys gonna have a shot now that it tanks out. Is this a game where you try to give those you try to give those young guys a shot to get some reps live in game, or do you not risk the potential of these guys who are inconsistent, you know, possibly causing turnovers, possibly making this game closer than it should be?
No, you put their ass out there. It's time to sink or swim, motherfucker. If your ass sink, you get the fuck off the team. That's simple. This is your perfect opportunity. You ain't got nothing but space and opportunity. Get out there and make Sauce look bad. Do something. You're a professional.
Ahmad, do you feel like Nico commands Sauce's respect? That Sauce should be lined up on Nico all game?
If they smart, they would do that. But as far as respect, he ain't done enough yet. He's not that big of a threat yet. I mean, he done made some plays. He gonna get 1,000, yeah. But at the same time, he's still inconsistent. Like we know this last game, he had one bad play and then one good play. That's just what he does.
All right. Does Sting continue the streak this week?
Does who?
Does Stingley continue the streak this week?
He should, bro. There's no reason he should. Shit, he can get 2 or 3 this game. Because his fucking makeup speed, if he could just bait that nigga, man, yeah, Sting can get him 2 or 3. Easy. Because they ain't got nobody as far as a wide receiver that they're scared of. Nobody with that. And they're all right.
No, ain't nobody he said he's gonna get like 15. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm not necessarily worried about the shaking on that other side. Like, and that's the thing. But again, that's how shit can kind of sneak up on you. I don't think the guys in the locker room moving like that. I think this is a game where you see those three eat again. I don't know if Nico so much. Maybe again, like I say, you see Noah Brown, things open up for him this game. But I feel like you should definitely see another big game from Stingley. You should see another big game from what they call him, Area 51, Will. So.
Oh, Will?
Yeah.
Yeah, they stutter double team Will. Yeah, they smart. They fucking stutter.
Yeah, like I said, but them boy, like, you know, again, I know it's all bulls on parade, but I feel like right now sharks in the water. You go against that Texans defense, and Tenny said it the other day. It's kind of a bend but don't break, but it's sharks in that water. What I mean is, yeah, you can go swimming in shark-infested waters, and you might make it to your destination, you know. But if you come across one, it's gonna be real bad for you. So it's just like a situation where you got a lot of guys who are real apex predators out there. You know what I'm saying? Stingley is an apex predator. Willie is an apex predator. These guys are very dominant. Like Petri has the potential to be. I don't know what's going on with it, but we don't. Cashman is an apex predator. I don't care what y'all talk about, right? But you got guys out there that'll make plays. You know, they'll whiff a little bit, but when they do make plays, they make big plays. You know what I mean? They make key plays. So I think that you know it's a game that should be very interesting. But I don't know. I don't. They say DP, y'all ain't rocking the pyramid.
What happened? Petri needs to stay in the game until he make a couple plays, bro. I don't care if we win in 42 to nothing. Petri does not sit on the bench. He got to make some fucking plays.
What do you think is wrong with Pitre this season?
Maybe he fucking a white girl. I don't know.
What? What are you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
That's what black women say. I'm not gonna argue with the queen.
Cashman is a great white.
Yeah, ever since you been fucking with that white girl, you ain't been able to do shit. You can't even make a tackle.
I don't know. I feel like maybe it's the opposite. He was doing good. He was living stress free with Becky with the good hair. He's like, you know what? I need. Let me go slide down across MLK. You know, I want some of that authentic chicken. You know what I'm talking about? That nigga went down to go get some old soul food. You know, he came across big booty juice. Yeah, what's happening? Then now she ain't been nothing but hell and stressing my boy. Like my boy can't study the playbook. The nigga can't watch no film. She called, where you at, nigga? I'm in practice, but FaceTime me, nigga. You know, he on there, D'Amico all on the camera and everything. This nigga trying to show you, look, coach, let her know I'm in practice. And D'Amico like, yeah, you in practice out there. That nigga don't lie for you. Yes, you coach. You know, you can't get no authenticity out. You can't be genuine. They gonna find an excuse no matter what. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. Yeah, I don't know, buddy. Yeah,
to the one black woman watching, I tried to say, yeah.
Oh, come on.
You know it's only one watching.
Yeah, it's probably only one black woman.
And she reporting back to the rest of them.
Yeah.
You know how this works.
And then she excused it. She ain't even gonna tell me that it was like it was a little jokey joke. She, you know what this nigga said? Yeah. And he said Peach was fucking a bitch in the locker room. It's gonna be a whole story that wasn't even the same shit. It's gonna be a whole different allegation. It's gonna be like that game. What they used to call that shit? Telephone. Where you had to, when you was a kid, like you be in kindergarten, everybody sit in a big ass circle and you tell the phrase to one person, and then by the time that shit get all the way back around, it's amazing that it happens. I feel like there's an agent always in the game, like somebody who just deliberately decides, I'm throwing chaos in this, but I'm gonna just say something that I was not told and just fuck it up, right? Because there's people like that in life, so I feel like they started off young somewhere. But yeah, by the time the shit get back to you, it's a completely different fucking sentence. That's how you know you can't be just telling people shit. You gotta, what they say, half of what you see, none of what you hear. Shit, nowadays, shit, a quarter of what you see, because half that shit is AI. You know what I'm saying? So
no, not really. If you play that game with a bunch of fellas, you pretty much don't work. But if you play with a couple of girls, it's gonna work because bitches don't listen.
I don't know, bro. I mean, I agree with that. I agree with that part. But
they're going to tell you what they think you was trying to say instead of what the fuck you said. Can I get an amen to everybody in the chat? Y'all know what the fuck I'm talking about. I ain't the only nigga out here with this shit. Better be some amens in that motherfucker.
So I slightly agree with what you're saying, but we all know it's always a whole
What you
ass
mean
nigga.
slightly?
It's when you say you can't.
What you mean slightly?
No, I agree with the female part.
Honcho,
Bro.
how many times you do the did, my nigga? Honcho, come on, man. Come on, man. We done been through this, man.
I agree 100%.
We got war wounds from this shit, man.
I agree 100% with that part. I agree 100%. But I'm just saying, you know, when you play a game, it's always a whole ass nigga out there, right? It's the one nigga that be LOD and the one nigga that, you know, be y'all know what I'm talking about. What's the phrase I'm looking for? Dirty Mackin'. You know, it's always one of them.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you blend in. So when you play the game with the Dirty Mac, the whack shit gonna come back. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta you feel you got a couple of amens in there. So you may or may not have realized there has been a participant that's joined this call for whatever reason. I didn't want to talk shit about myself. So who do we have joining this conversation?
Honcho, you and your cohort are 100% full of it.
What are you talking about?
Why the fuck is this nigga calling in on a sports show?
See, I knew it. There, right there, right now. The one.
Nigga, if you knew, you shouldn't have called in, nigga. Nigga, get your ass back in the pulpit, pastor. Niggas don't know they lame, man. Niggas don't know they lame.
Anyway.
Niggas don't know they lame, man.
Anyway, so let me get to my point. So you was talking about Stingley having a big game this weekend. I'm gonna tell you like this here. This is my prediction. I think it's gonna be a Steven Nelson big game weekend. I think Steven Nelson gonna benefit this weekend. I'm gonna say it like this here. I don't think that they gonna target Stingley too much unless Stingley goes wherever Garrett Wilson goes this game. They're not gonna target Stingley a whole lot. So if it's more Lazard this weekend, and you got Wilson at quarterback, bro, it's gonna be a Steven Nelson type game, or if not Steven Nelson, one of them cats in the slot. I want Pitre to step up, and he could.
He got to, Roger. He got to. I mean,
in a game like this, yeah, he should with a quarterback like that, because you got to look at it. We got some bad quarterbacks in the next few games. If Petri don't start stepping up this week, he got to start stepping up in the weeks to come. We got Will Levis. We got whoever the Browns putting out there at quarterback, Charlie Brown or whoever it is they playing. I don't know. But Petri going to have to step up eventually. But I think with them bringing in Amos from the Jets, that's going to be a big key as well, because he's going to know Wilson's tendencies more than anybody. Plus, he's a really good run stopper. The only thing that I do have a little slight concern about this week is the continuity on the offensive line. I want that to be a little bit better this week. I don't want to see CJ getting that pressure, because the Jets do have I want to say, top 5 passing defense. So that's the only real concern that I have. And here's another concern that I have. Their run defense is not that good. So when we have a run defense that's not that good, sometimes Slowick have a tendency to run a little bit more than he needs to. And even when the run ain't working very well. So those are the only things that really concern me. I still look for the front seven to have a big game this week. But I'm going to say this is probably a 21-6 type of game.
First of all, brother, you're lying. You a goddamn. How you gonna come in here and tell a goddamn lie, nigga? You's a pastor. Only thing you worried about on Sunday, somebody sitting out the collection plate. Get your ass out of here with that bullshit. They don't want to hear that. Run.
See, it's these kind of cats right here that you got to lay hands on and pray over. These right here. I need to see you on Sunday in the queue, Mr. Trill, Mr. Jimmy. You have your you need to be there front and center on Sunday, sir.
Eric Murray, my boy Pitre, man. Y'all ain't gonna do my boy Pitre like that, man. Look, y'all ain't gonna totally.
But he the weakest link right now. He just is.
But here's the thing, like, but we see, like, how do you regress to this level? Like, what? It has to be something, identifiable that is causing this situation. Like, there's no way that he's just.
I mean, you gotta say sophomore slump, right? Sophomore slump, change the system, but one problem that Petri always had is Petri has never been a consistent tackler, and his hands are really bad. He had 5 picks last year. He probably could have had about 8 because he dropped a lot of picks. So he's always been inconsistent. He does. He get a little bit overzealous. But, man, if they can really hone into his skills and he can, really get it under control, man, that guy's he is a Pro Bowl player if he get it all under control. So I'm just chalk it up to sophomore. If he continues this crap next year, then that's a problem.
Black Virginia, I hadn't talked about the weather. It's supposed to be ugly out there. That's all, man. I ain't tripping on that. We need to have some different environments to succeed in. Rod, I have a question. Not that kind of question, but I have a question, brother. Where are you, brother?
What do y'all really do with that building fund, nigga? That's the question.
Am I?
Yeah, where are you, brother?
I'm in the garage.
Thank you.
I'm not on the toilet.
I wasn't even gonna ask. You answered it. You was clear. I was good with
I know that's what you was getting at. I'm in the garage. I'm not on the toilet, sir.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Nah, the echo too weak for the bathroom.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. It was a slight one, but it wasn't quite that
But
bad.
if I was on the toilet, it'll make the show even that much more live. So I apologize for that.
No.
Only thing it would do is loosen the value on telling you full of shit because y'all can listen to people together.
This is terrible stuff. This is what happens when you let Negroes have access to communications. These are the conversations they have. See, that's what I say. You can't take
man, especially when you let them cats from Port Nature come up in there.
You go to Port Nature shit again. Y'all niggas disrespectful, man. Disrespectful.
What's wrong with Port Nature, Trill?
No, I ain't never Port Nature. It's actually really nice, but I ain't never lived there.
Sounds racist.
All right. Yeah. That's what I was getting at.
Here's the deal.
But I'm gonna get off, honcho.
What?
Get off and let somebody else call in.
That's a bit. Well, I better get ready to wind down. The Spit's about to go live. Do a little playoff preview, potential playoff preview. So we'll get ready to slide out of here for that. But we will be in the den at 9. We're gonna continue a conversation we were having yesterday about beliefs. So it's gonna be very interesting. So make sure y'all tune in to that. The Den at 9. Just go to the Den Show and just subscribe and get the notifications. Maybe you might get lucky to get a notification and shit. But anyway, we're gonna be in there talking about that. So that'll be real interesting. But anything you fellas want to say before we get up out of here? Not you, Roger, because you said that.
Yeah, nigga. What the fuck happened with the end of that movie last night? Your punk ass fell asleep, nigga, and we couldn't hear shit that was going on, so I just turned this shit off.
Oh, no shit. Yeah, I fell asleep. Like, I woke up, that shit was still.
I know you did, nigga. We was like, honcho.
You're a horrible Tuesday host, bro.
Bro, look, here's the thing. You're a horrible Discord host overall. If we being honest. No, coming from you, Broderick, I take offense at this. Right? I take great offense. You're the only nigga who the everyone call out thing don't work for, and you a moderator. So how that don't work? How you the everyone call don't nobody show up, right? See, you be like, Hudson, you got.
That is actually true.
Yeah, so
that is actually true.
Bro, at least when you call people out, you need to be in that host. But you come in there and go to sleep.
I was in there for at least 45 minutes. For a while, and then it's just like, look, shit, I gotta get. I've been up at 6, been doing shit all day.
Then you come in there and go. Then you come in there and go on mute, unless somebody arguing.
Yeah.
Well, look, because when I'm usually in the background, I'm working on stuff, so I'm trying to be clickety clack, and I let y'all talk about whatever nefarious activities y'all be in there talking about, and I enjoy the conversation.
You're
See, y'all
horrible,
complain because I be on the stream talking the whole time, right? So I give y'all, that's the point of the Discord, is to
well, that's the place where you need to run your mouth and talk, not an hour before you get to your point on your show.
Well, look. How will the Easter bees of the world understand the point of the show?
Oh, my goodness.
If I don't, thoroughly explain, because then y'all know what happens. Y'all know exactly what happens.
Yeah, you're a little too thorough with your explanation.
Yeah,
shout out to J Mail.
Yeah.
With his no rapping ass.
Shout out. I told y'all Trill was a hater. Look, man.
I told a nigga to his face it wasn't good.
Yeah, you're honest hater. I mean, that's that. So it is what it is. But look here, man. We're gonna get ready to slide out. Spit's about to be rocking, going live. So we make sure y'all slide over there. We've been doing a potential playoff preview. Make sure y'all check that out. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're new to this, true to this. Yeah, I did notice the other day. Didn't really make a big deal about it because I feel like I need to be putting in more work, and I need to be. I got a lot more that I could be doing, but we did cross the 7K threshold a couple of days ago. So shout out to
congratulations, bro.
Strong. That ain't nothing. We got more to push, right? Because what happened. What I feel like is we paved the way, right? We paved the way, and then right when that hiatus happens, a lot of people come and they capitalized on the momentum that the Sauce paved the way for. You know what I mean? And those. That prior to. So I feel like I got to go back and get that, right? And so I let that be. I got to go back and get that. So 7K is cool. 7K is cool, but we got more to go. So make sure y'all keep tuned in to the show. We're going to be rocking at 7. And J Mel say here, I'll out-rap you any day of the week. Y'all ain't talking about having a freestyle Friday sauce battle who got the best Texans rap. Y'all ain't trying to do it.
The only way that nigga gonna out-rap me is if he rapping Christmas gifts, nigga. Sit your ass down,
man. Sounds like a challenge.
This is a conversation to be had. But anyway, with that being said, man, look, you two Negroes, I'm hanging up.
And I would actually put a couple of dollars on Trill on this one. I got to give it to him.
Oh, we taking bets and y'all like, man, look.
I would actually, as much as I hate to give Trill any credit on anything in life, I would have to put a couple of dollars on Trill on this one.
We taking, niggas will bet on anything. Look, we might have to take some. Look, we have to get in the Discord and talk about this. So now, if y'all want to be a part of the Sauce Discord, make sure you go to patreon.com/saucesports. Be a part of that. If you want to support the channel, you hit the Honcho ENT on Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, all the same shit. Shout out to all the members. Shout out to everybody that is in the Patreon rocking with it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to these two ornery Negroes for calling in. Shout out to everybody who called earlier. And like I say, shout out to Spitz that he's going to be going live. So make sure y'all tune in to that. I should have put the little redirect thing at the end.
What up, Spitz?
But yeah.
Little nigga.
I need to get the link to that.
Grace, peace, and blessings to everybody. I might.
All right. Roderick. I'll catch y'all later.
Tip your pastor.
Catch y'all. Y'all terrible stuff. Y'all all bad people. All right. You say the fact that that's a good point as well, J Mail. The fact that Broderick is back in Trill does say a whole lot. With that being said, man, hey, tell your mama about the sauce. She'll love it. Man, again, hey, everybody, make sure if you really fucking with, I know the round will be going down deep at that Tennessee game. So if you want to fuck with the sauce, hey, we're going to be in that thing. So make sure y'all keep that in mind all as well. With that being said, we try to produce, y'all be cool like y'all be cool. But most of all, y'all stay saucy, Houston. Or wherever you at. Sauce Nation. We fuck with y'all. Ain't nothing but love, man. Until I catch y'all mañana, make sure y'all go slide over and check Spitz. I'm going to try to get that link.